بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ما يهده الله فهو المهتد ومن يضلله فلا هادي له ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في القرآن المجيد: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثات بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, respected guests, friends, everyone, I bid you the greeting of the Malaika, the greeting of the Prophets, the Anbiya of Allah Azza wa Jal, the greeting of believers, the greeting in Al-Jannah, the greeting Allah will give us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Brothers and sisters, today's subject, as I was requested by many brothers repeatedly, let's start some regular halaqat going while the TV things and the Eid projects and the Ramadan projects and the events are going on. Something on a regular, consistent basis, something that can give the volunteers some umph, some rejuvenation of the soul. One brother tonight said to me, "Brother, I want to feel more. I want to feel more in my heart. This is for you. And this is for me." It's a reminder for me first and foremost. So I am honored, blessed, and guided by Allah. Alhamdulillah, I'm pleased that I'm given this opportunity to share these few pieces of information with yourself, more important, a reminder to me. And they are about Ramadan, but more so about ourselves, because Ramadan has a purpose, and in order to achieve that purpose, subhanAllah, there's so much we must reflect upon. Thus the title, About Time I Changed. So let's start with who this is for. I mean, we're going to get to what and where and how later. But first, who is this for? This is for everyone. Religion Islam is not for the elite or people who have beards or people who have a certain type of clothing or people who start using the miswak. Islam is for everybody. Proof is not about who looks more Islamic. Proof is who changes the most. So I challenge all those religious looking people out there, and on behalf of those who are not so, in the step or in the shoes as they say, but out there for all those religious people who are really engrossed in the deen beautifully, may Allah bless you all. I have a challenge for you. Here it is. Ready? The proof is in who changes the most for the better. Proof is not in who looks the best. It's from the inside who changes the most every Ramadan. Who becomes a better person. Proof is in, sometimes you find people who are very ignorant of the religion, who don't know much at all. But in Ramadan, wow, they feel too guilty to shave their beard starts to grow. That's a major change. It's not a small thing for a man. And how about women? All of a sudden they start putting on a little bit extra scarf, or they do less makeup, or they're a little more conscious. These are big changes. These are good steps in the right direction. People who do things of nature of bid'ah and they're confused about them, they might withdraw a bit. They're thinking, well, I don't know. People who have bad habits and sins, they are constantly refraining, holding back, thinking to themselves, wait a second, this is Ramadan. People do these resolutions. This Ramadan I will do this. And so on and so forth. People tend to hold back from all kinds of vice. So the proof is not who looks more Ramadani. There's a new word for you. Proof is in who changes more. Who makes upgrades within themselves. 2.0 to 3.0 version. Version 3.0 to 4.0. And so on and so forth. Allahu Akbar, my dear brothers and sisters. Ramadan is about major changes, and when the title states, About Time I Changed, that's me, I'm talking to me. And I pray Allah guide me and accept it from me, but then I share it with you also.
I pray Allah forgive me for my shortcomings, and I ask Him to guide me in all that I say, that it become beneficial to you. Especially the brother who said to me tonight, I want to feel more, and I hope you do. Here's the thing. Ramadan, about time I changed, because the Prophet ﷺ said, if not Ramadan, then when? It's like, for example, I'm going to go get a job. If not this week, if not this month, if not this year, when are you going to get a job? As some people say, I'm going to go and learn and study. Not this year, not next year, in 10 years time. When will you do it? How about those who go to school and say, I'm going to get an education? If you don't start at the right age and you don't attend the right schools, and then it's too late, when are you going to start studying? When are you going to build your life? When will you make that change? General throughout life, but in Ramadan, or in forgiveness, or in purification, or in salvation, Rasulullah ﷺ asks you and me, if not Ramadan, then when? I.e., if you can't do it in Ramadan, more than likely you can never do it. If you can't do it in Ramadan, then you will never do it. You must struggle for this blessed month. As the Salaf, they would remember this saying, if not Ramadan, when? And they would repeat this saying, if you can't make tawbah for that sin now in Ramadan, then when? And every Ramadan comes and Ramadan goes. How much do you and I benefit? How much do we change? How much do we upgrade? Are we still stuck at version 0.1? You know, how much have we changed? Brothers' beards are long, they just get a bit longer. Sisters putting on a hijab and niqab, is that enough? When's the next step? How do you continuously improve? Some sisters wear less makeup. After Ramadan, you put more on. Brothers who get involved, I mean, obviously privately makeup's fine for your mahram, but outdoors and other things generally, not getting involved in the good works, the charity works, your life busy with the haram types of lifestyle or things that are harmful for your soul. When will you make those changes? The Sahaba, they would prepare their house, as the Prophet ﷺ said, you have a guest coming, prepare. Like you and I would prepare for mehmani, you know? You prepare your home, you prepare the living room, you clean things up. Mom's shouting, screaming, who left these socks here? We have guests coming, prepare. And the kitchen is smelling wonderfully. They're making the food and the snacks getting ready for guests and preparing for guests. And what guest has more right and more deserving of such hosting and hospitality other than the guest Ramadan? Because that is what the Prophet said. Like, you know someone whose name is Ramadan? The Prophet ﷺ said, an old friend, Ajib. How he comes after a long time, and when he arrives, he stays for a short while, and then he is gone again for a very long time. So for a very short while, you must take heed and grab onto Ramadan. And it's coming, it's almost here. Befriending Ramadan. You know, making it your friend, making it your companion, preparing your house as the Sahaba did for 6 months. We've got less than 2-3 weeks left. 2 weeks left. The Sahaba spent 6 months preparing their house. How? Increasing Quran recitation, increasing adhkar, walking in the bathroom, walking out, making dhikr, going to bed, waking up, making dhikr, leaving the house, coming back, making dhikr, eating and then finishing, making dua, and so on and so forth. Practice, practice, practice in the Quran recitation and Islamic knowledge and fahm, understanding. And taking this to the public and with their friends and neighbors, hasanat, increasing in the habitual good deeds, sadaqat and zakat, in purifying their wealth, increasing the giving so that they can cleanse and purify their wealth. And as the hadith states, those who have rizq that has haram in it, the dua, they don't even raise it out of their hands. Some people pray to Allah, say, oh Allah, give me this, oh Allah, give me that, and nothing happens, and they wonder why. And this is because there is something wrong inside. Anyways, they would spend 6 months preparing, and Ramadan would arrive, and when it would leave, they would spend 6 months weeping. And they would weep because they would wonder, did I achieve it? His mercy. Did I do enough good deeds? Did I increase myself? Did I improve? Have I upgraded my version from the inside? Have I corrected myself? Have I been saved? Ramadan, at the end, is salvation. Those who are to be saved are taken out of the fire. They are permanently protected from it at the end of Ramadan. Those who are accepted by Allah Azza wa Jal. Now let's get to the crux of it. First and foremost, remember, the Prophet ﷺ said, if not Ramadan, then when? So we must prepare and make the most of this month when it arrives. And it's for everyone to improve. Go up from your level from where you are. Step to the next mark. Increase in the salah. You know, Islam is not about going to the mosque 5 times a day only. For example, someone say, well, you know, someone might think that means to become practicing means go to the mosque and be in the mosque and increase the salat and increase Quran reading. It's more than that. The salah, the prayer in the mosque, the Quran reading, these things change your personality. So then when you meet people, your akhlaq is different. Your mannerisms are different. Your etiquettes are different. Some people out there, you know who you are. I put up a post for you. That sign that said, is your heart not feeling anything? Has it been a while? It's because you're not taking the next step. And how do you do that? Using the salah, using the tahajjud, using the Quran to take the next step, the next sacrifice. Sacrifice in feeling the pinch in the gut, feeling that I wanted that but I let it go for the sake of Allah. I wanted to do this but I'm going to do that for so and so instead. Removing burdens from other people, forgiving people who ask you to forgive them, and giving sadaqat from yourself and purifying yourself. These things purify and soften the hearts. And most people who don't do these things, they will listen to such advice and they will say, oh, here's another Maulana, here's another religious man yakking at me. Here's another one just preaching at me. Try it before you knock it, as they say. Give it a shot. Pray a couple of rak'ah, read some Quran, and go give us a charity. Something that you'll feel the pinch. Don't go out there and empty 20p out of your pocket. Give till you feel it. Do these 3-4 things. Go walk with a janazah. Go spend some time in the graveyard. Look at the people that were here before us. Go to the hospital. See the people who are alive but can't enjoy life. They're laying on a bed, wondering what they will do tomorrow. Go realize and reflect what you have. Allahu Akbar. This is the beginning. And let me start. This little reminder today is just about you and me realizing that we need to change. About time I changed. Before Ramadan kicks in, we should already make some changes. Before Ramadan gets here, there are things we must already sacrifice. Before Ramadan arrives, there are things we must already engage in. Before Ramadan begins even, we must be worried it's going to go. We're going to miss it. It's going to come short while and leave. And don't miss out this year. Whatever it takes. Many people might even wonder, why isn't Jalal on TV as much? This is why. Too many Ramadans. I'm going to focus on this one. And I'm going to share it with you. And let's take this journey together. Something we call the Al-Fitra walk. Let's walk together. Those of you who want to walk with us, great. Those of you who just benefit here and there, alhamdulillah, sadaqah jariyah for us. And those who can, support our project, support us. Don't just watch these videos and think these brothers have nothing else to do with their time. Everyone's volunteering, everyone's sacrificing, everyone is giving, you should too. Go to the link and make a contribution towards the charity so that these projects can grow and we can help more and more people. Allahu Akbar. You know what? Ramadan's almost here. I'm going to stop there on this episode. But I'm going to come right back to you with one more message and then we're going to continue regularly, okay? So now you know who it's for. Next time we're going to talk about what it is, okay? Anything correct I've said is from Allah Azza wa Jal, and the rest is, if I made mistakes or from me, my own weaknesses, I beg Allah Azza wa Jal to guide me and that He enable us to implement what we learn, and forgive me for the mistakes I might have made and make you forget those mistakes. أقول قولي هذا أستغفر الله لي ولكم وأشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك ونتوب إليك. جزاكم الله خير. See you again. I'm Jalal ibn Sa'id. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.